How's it going, everybody? It's Matt again. Today we're going to take a look at another one of the NEWAGE's Dinobots. Just like I just reviewed their Grimlock, and I'm just kind of going back and taking a look at these guys because recently it was announced that they actually are doing the Volcanicus combiner parts. So I just went ahead and grabbed all these. So we're kind of having a Dinobot week, sort of. But yeah, this is the second one that they released. This is their, I think it's NEWAGE H56, their RHEDOSAURUS, or however you pronounce that. It's going to be their Legend Scale Sludge. So here is the front of the box. Looks decent enough. They're just from the top and the bottom and the side and the back, showing the scene where Devastator was throwing them or something. Yeah, so here is the box. He's going to come with a set of instructions, and they are decent enough. Standard NEWAGE instructions. Good enough. He's going to come with a set of accessories. Now, unfortunately, mine did not come with the extra bag of parts that was supposed to have for Grimlock, the filler pieces that go into the sides of the legs. Mine didn't come with it for some reason, so that's kind of a shame. I don't have those to show to you, but trust me, it should come with those. It's going to come with a set of hands. This time it's going to have this little hinge to pivot the wrist in and out, unlike what Grimlock's had. You're going to come with his set of kind of googly eyes for the scene in the '86 movie, I believe, when Devastator like slammed him and his eyes went goofy for a second. You're going to come with some replacement foot parts if you wanted to have like the wrist pieces for when he's in bot mode. They are gray on him right now, but you can make them this yellow color if you want. It just requires you to take some pins out in order to replace those. And he's going to come with his gun. Got some nice yellow. This is painted yellow on the side. This is kind of unpainted two-tone gray plastic for the rest of it. It's decent enough. But here he is. And I apologize, there's some noise in the background. There's some mowing going on. Hopefully it doesn't show up too much. But here he is in his, I don't know, what would this be, Bronchiosaurus? I don't know actually what type of dinosaur he is, but here is his dino mode. And I'll say he is quite wide. He looks kind of funny from the front anyways. But yeah, nice painted plastic all the way around. Everything looks really nice on him. Some nice deco stuff around, like these pinstripes and everything. He does look quite nice. The head on mine is super loose. I don't know what is going on here, but this is extremely loose for some reason. He does, or I don't know if there's anywhere, I don't think there's anywhere that you can actually peg his gun in like you can on Grimlock. I don't think so. Maybe right there. I don't know. But speaking of Grimlock, you actually can open his mouth here, and there's a little peg that you can pull down. And the flame effect that came with Grimlock actually does work on him. You can plug it into his mouth and make it look like he's breathing fire, which is pretty cool. But as far as articulation, of course, his mouth does open. He does have the same gimmick that Grimlock had, where you can open up the top of his skull and you can rotate. Well, trust me, you can. It's just kind of tight. I don't know if I can do it. It's very tight for some reason. There you go. Rotate this little spinning piece around, and then you can close it, and you can give him his red evil eyes that he probably did in one episode. So we're going to go ahead and just rotate that back because I like the blue eyes. His head can pivot up and down and at the base here, and then there is one ball joint down here at the bottom of this yellow part, so you can move that all the way around, and then there is another ball joint at the middle of this gray section here. You can move that around however you so please. His front arms here can go out all the way on that pin. They can rotate all the way around on the shoulder joint here. They do have a little elbow, kind of. They can move, well, maybe not actually. Yeah, there you go. So they can move, you just have to kind of lift them here in order to kind of access that elbow. And he can move down here, the foot up a little bit and back a little bit. And no rotation. And the toes can move. Toe and heel can move if you so desire. This keeps coming undone for some reason. I don't know why that popped out. Oh well, not important. The back legs here can go out all the way, not about 90 degrees, maybe a little bit more. Can rotate all the way around. He does have a little knee joint. You can go back about that far. And his toes can move in and out as well. And then the same thing as what Grimlock had. There's 3 different joints here in the tail, so you can wag his tail in whichever way that you want, which is kind of nice. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get him transformed. First off, we're going to kind of take his toes here, just kind of fold everything up. Fold everything up. Same thing with his toes here. Gonna fold those up. Gonna lift these up, and you're going to rotate this foot section into the inside of his little thigh section here, and you kind of want the toes to be out a little bit so they can clear this joint part. Just kind of bring that back down, and we're gonna rotate it to face this way. And actually, that didn't look like it wanted to close all the way. There you go. It kind of fits in this little groove here. So same thing, lift this up, kind of open up the foot a little bit, and then fit it down into that little groove. His little foot sections up here, these little yellow parts, you're gonna lift these up and just push them in on that track. This part, I'm gonna lift off, it kind of already did it itself. And then these gray sections here are going to open, and then this whole kind of thing, or for the sake of everything, we're gonna not mess with that for now. We're actually gonna split down here. Kind of take a spudger. This whole everything has to split, including the tip of the tail here. Whole thing has to open up, and then everything's gonna kind of rotate out on what'll be the robot mode hips and come out like this. The tip of the tail, you're gonna wanna kind of rotate and then tuck inside this section here, and then rotate this up to kind of enclose that section here. And we're gonna kind of just bring this down, not on this joint, but on the inner joint here, on this kind of circular piece, push it in like that, and then this entire section is going to rotate, if it has enough clearance, and rotate around like this, so then you can take the robot mode calf and rotate it up against the thigh here. And then what you're going to do is lift this section off of the front, and then I believe this section here is going to flip out, and then the whole thing is going to lift up off of this part. This part is going to come down, and then this whole thing, there's kind of a double joint armature on the inside, like up in the knee. You're going to use that to kind of push this to kind of line up into the center here, and then this is going to close onto this little peg right here on the front. This part is going to come in and recess into like this little groove area, and this part is going to, or the very tip of this part is going to rotate in and kind of hug this lighter gray piece, and then the back section will come down and lock everything together. And then this little kind of L-shaped piece can be kind of a pain to push out, spudger help. You want to lift this out, and it's going to plug into the bottom of the foot, kind of locking the whole leg together, which is pretty cool. So let's do the other leg. Go ahead and bring it in at that second joint. Make sure it has enough clearance. Rotate around, lift up, and then we're going to lift that panel. Going to flip out this gray piece here, lift that panel, pull this whole thing out, recess it in, angle the lighter gray part in, plug that together, angle that panel down, and put this panel down, lock all that in, and then our little L-shaped piece, so I'm gonna bring down and lock that together. And then we have legs. And then angle them down at the hips so they are in the right orientation. And now we're gonna come all the way back around here, and we're gonna, this kind of already opened up. We're gonna open this up all the way, kind of lift these arms up like this. And we're going to want to take the arms here, rotate them up like this, put them down. Actually, we're going to want to lift them up like this. So now there's clearance with this kind of like little hook thing here. And kind of let it rest like this. Rotate it up, flex that down, and put it into that little hook section there. And the wing parts here, they are on a little double joint mechanism here. I don't know if that was on camera. This little double joint mechanism here, they plug into the side of this reg part. You want to pull it out and then re-plug it back in, kind of bring it back out. You have to angle this and it plugs back into that little gray arm part, like so. Same thing, kind of unplug it, pull it out, angle it a little bit, and it plugs back into that arm part, like that. And now we'll come around to the other side, make sure everything is how it needs to be, basically. And then we're gonna kind of start to close it up, but not quite, because we need to do all this up front here. So basically you wanna lift up this section, and we're gonna kind of pull at the dinosaur head at this part so it angles down. And then the whole thing with the robot mode attached to it, you wanna flip up past that red panel and start to bring it back. But you want this gray section here to clear behind these dino legs. So bring it down like this and kind of leave it up. And then these two big panels here are going to close around onto those pegs and kind of peg everything together. And the dino legs should just kind of recess in there. And we're going to kind of just adjust the arms outwards, kind of get the wings out of the way, kind of bring the dinosaur head back. These little panels, you don't want them to close all the way because you want to bring the red section here up and it'll recess into that little red piece and it'll kind of like lock everything together. Do the same thing on the other side, like that. It'll kind of lock everything together. And then just reorient the arms and rotate the waist around, bring the head back, and then we can kind of just orient the dinosaur head kind of however you want to back there. And then more or less, there he is. There is Sludge. Oh, and the little toe pieces here. You want to kind of angle these out so that you have access to his arms. But yeah, there he is. There is Sludge in his robot mode. And so, of course, you can replace his little pieces here. You just have to remove the pins and you can make it so he has the orange kind of arm cuffs. I don't really care enough to do so it's fine. You can pull his hands off and replace them with the kind of open fists or the open hands if you want. And of course you can put his gun in his hand and he holds it just fine. There we go. Oh, and I did completely forget to mention, I always forget something. On his dinosaur mode head, you can, of course, take his little googly eyes and you can fit them over the top of his kind of eye section. I don't know if I want to actually clip it over, so it might help to raise this up and slide it over like that. There you go. So you can give him his funky, goofy eyes if you want to. Yeah, I always forget something. I forgot to mention that part. But yeah, I think that he looks decent. The proportions on him are a little bit better. His arms are a little thin, maybe. Of course, Magic Square has their version. I'll show a comparison with that one. But I think that he looks decent enough. His head sculpt is quite nice. He has a little bit of a sad face, which is kind of funny to me. But the paint on him is really nice. There's not really too much to talk about. Of course, he's got some nice kind of decals, pad printed paint on some of the parts. The Autobot symbol I put there, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I think he looks decent enough. Let's go ahead and go over articulation. His head is on a ball joint, so you can rock it back and forth a little bit, angle it not really at all forwards because of his big chin, and you can angle it way far back, and of course rotate all the way around. Good enough. His wings and his dinosaur head thing back here, you can move that out of the way for his waist articulation, and you can move his wings back if you so choose. His shoulders has the joint up here, so you can get about 90 degrees, and you can, of course, rotate all the way around if you get the wings out of the way. You can rotate below the bicep, or maybe in the middle of it, And then you do have a double jointed elbow here and here to get almost 180 degrees. And of course his wrist can rotate too because it's just on a pin. He does have a nice ab crunch, but it doesn't look quite as good as what Grimlock's did. There's a hollow section back here, but it looks decent enough. And you can rotate at the waist, of course. His hips, there is no skirts, but it does have kind of like this this section here is like integrated into it, which is kind of nice. You can get his legs about that far forwards. You can get it about that far back. Actually, there is a back skirt section here. So if you lift that out of the way, you can get his leg pretty much all the way back. But it does look kind of funky on the front when you do so. And you can get his leg to go out all the way, but his leg is a little heavy, so it's not the tightest joint in the world, so it doesn't really hold his leg up very well. So that's kind of a bummer. Above the thigh, you can rotate all the way around, and he does have a single jointed knee, but it does get you over 90 degrees, which is pretty good. He does have an ankle tilt. You can, so long as this bar is attached, this whole section will tilt in and out, which is pretty nice, but no toe articulation. So yeah, decent enough articulation. I think it gets the job done. Not too bad. But let me clean them up and we'll take a look at some size comparisons. All right, so size comparison time. Let's of course start off with Cliff Jumper, as always. And here is Barricade, one of the Carbots. And let's show them next to, how about NEWAGE Constructicon. And let's show them off next to Magic Squares Optimus and Magic Squares Megatron. So yeah, pretty good size. I think he looks great. And here I'll show them next to Magic Squares version of Sludge. So you see, he is actually a little bit bigger than Magic Squares version, which is interesting. Normally Magic Square is a bit larger, but I don't know. I think I like the head on NEWAGE's version much more than I like it on Magic Squares. It's a little too small on Magic Squares. I kind of actually like the proportions on NEWAGE's a little bit more. Of course, Magic Squares is very clean, which is nice, but it is lacking paint, which NEWAGE, of course, has. So, yeah, I mean, I don't actually know which one I prefer. I think they each on their own are pretty damn good figures. But also, here is the other Dinobot that I have shown. There is Grimlock. So, they look pretty good together. All right, and that's going to do it for NEWAGE H56 RHEDOSAURUS, or their Dinobot Sludge. And I think he's pretty decent. He definitely does have some like tolerance problems, maybe a little bit in the hips, and the head of the dinosaur is kind of loose. But everything kind of pegs together pretty well. He's got a nice little transformation. The paint is really good on him. The accessories are a little, I kind of wish that we had gotten at least another flame sword like Grimlock had, or a sword in general would have been really nice. But other than that, I mean, his proportions are really nice. The paint's really good. It's pretty good all around. I don't really have many problems with them. I actually do kind of prefer this one over the Magic Square, which is kind of weird because normally I kind of prefer the proportions of Magic Squares, but I actually kind of like this one over that one. But yeah, so pretty good figure. Recommend for me. But of course, if you watched this far in the video, thank you so much. Please feel free to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to. There is a playlist on my channel that has all of my Transformers reviews. If you want to watch any of my older ones, please feel free. But of course, if you want to support me, you can become a channel member, or you can check out my Patreon. Of course, that's more for my 3D modeling and for my for my 3D printing stuff, but it is probably the best way to support me if you choose to do so. But of course, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.